that was beautiful. Let's give a big hand for the Flynn Brothers. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Blab. Tonight we're going to have, as you can see, the fabulous Flynn Brothers, as well as some fantastic work from Jeanne Darda. And right now we're going to have a little conversation with the Flynns, find out where they started and where they plan on going. Come on, why don't you guys step on up?
All right.
So tell me, how long you guys been doing this?
Well, we've been playing for generally around 24 years now, I guess. We've been doing blues for the last 7, 8 years.
So I know you started in the Evanston area. How did this all come about?
Well, basically, we were out of work. We had to do something with their time, I guess.
I was going to say, most brothers don't get along that well, and here you guys must have to see each other pretty often.
Every day, all day long, and we managed to make it work on a personal and creativity basis. How, I don't know. I mean, there's times that we get at each other's throats, but what musicians don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially because both of you play the same instrument, so I could see a lot of creative problems arising from time to time, but I was really impressed when I was listening to your disc. Usually, I don't hear that many bands with 2 guitarists, and it sounded really fantastic.
Well, the thing that makes this work the best for us with 2 guitars is that Mike is a completely different player than I am, and so since there's not a clash of 2 of the same type of players going on, it helps mold the sound that we've generated.
Wow. That's great. So I was going to say, I had the opportunity to listen to your disc, and I was really impressed. I wanted to ask you what that was like.
That was a lot of work went into that. Unfortunately, most of the work goes into one night since we did it live via mobile unit at a club. And there's all sorts of people running around, just like you have here in the station.
Yeah, as you can see, right. Whenever we put together things here on Blab, you never know what's going to happen. So I know, when you're recording a live thing like that.
And it was a one-shot deal, so it's get it right, and that's basically it. So.
Wow, no time for
no, there's no overdubs that you do live or anything like that.
So who are your influences? I know that there's a lot of blues and jazz going around the city, so I thought, why did you choose blues?
Well, blues is, in the last 12, 14 years, has just generated a big following because people just get tired of the norm, and Chicago is the home of the blues, so what better place to play blues?
Yeah, you're not kidding.
We played rock for years, and we decided that it was time to do something else, so we branched out. Actually, a lot of us branched out into different bands doing blues, and we just finally came together doing the Flynn Brothers format.
Wow, that's really nice. So you told me you were thinking about putting out a new disc in the next couple months?
Well, we'll start recording again late this summer, and we'll be studio material, not live. The reason we did a live CD in the first place was so people could really hear the energy that a blues band puts out live, because most people can't experience that on in the studio, where you're trying to be so perfect. And that's the best thing about a live recording, is that you don't, that it's spontaneous, and you just give it your best, and if it works out great, which in our case we were fortunate it did, and it's helped fuel us by doing a live recording first. Most bands won't do that. It's too risky. But we like to take risks, so.
Yeah, some of the things I like the most about blues is its rawness. In fact, I sat in on a couple of sessions, and I found out that with the older microphones that had been thrown around, and sometimes they'd even pull them off of CDs and stuff, it was amazing the beautiful sounds they would get.
Yes.
And I was talking about one guy, I think he was playing a harmonica, and he purposely looked for the nastiest mic you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
So who are your influences? Who did you grow up listening to? And
Johnny,
I know you didn't aspire towards anybody in particular, but...
Johnny Winter, Rick Derringer.
Hendrix.
Of course. Trower.
Yeah.
All the big blues influence rock artists, I think.
Yeah, a lot of rock first, and the blues thing came later. Lonnie Brooks is a great influence. Luther Allison, Buddy Guy, Albert King, all the, the greats.
Yeah, you're not kidding. So who have you played with? I know I got a couple flyers. I think you were with Mighty Joe Young or a couple other big bands.
Mighty Joe Young, Marshall Tucker, a lot of people outside the blues, but the Isley Brothers with Ernie Isley and Steve Morris, the Dixie Dregs.
Wow.
Robin Trower.
J.J. Cale.
Wow, so what was it like? Did you get to talk to the guys after the show?
Oh, yeah.
Were they, you know, did Success treat them well, or were they a little strange about that?
Well, the best part on our level is that most people don't get big heads, so you can talk to them and get to know a lot of people in the dressing room just hanging out with other bands, because this is not the big time. Blues is still, you're in a bus, you're touring the country in a van or a bus or however you can get around. You're not jet to jet, you know.
Right. Well,
like
tell us a little more about your touring. Where have you gone throughout just the United States? And
last year on a blues tour, I was working with Kevin Purcell and the Nightburners as the guitarist, and we did
oh, really? Wow.
Blues Fest down in Arkansas. That was a lot of fun, where we met up with a lot of the names we just talked about, Coco Taylor and Lonnie Brooks and people like that.
That's great.
It's a lot of fun. We did a live broadcast there.
I haven't been to the one there. How is it like compared to the Chicago Jazz Fest? Is it around the same size? Or?
What they do is, it's almost like New Orleans, where they'll have a blues band playing in all the clubs around town, so you can just peep your head in one bar for 10 minutes or 20 minutes and go down the street to the next club and see what's happening in there. So it was a lot of fun. So you're not just focused on one band all the time.
Like a big smorgasbord of music everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So your next album isn't going to be live, but you still want to get kind of that down home sound. How are you going to?
Well, when we record in the studio, we play live, and we may, if things don't work out, maybe we'll just overdub guitars or vocals, things like that. But the whole band will play live in the studio, and if we don't get it right, we'll do the take again. Whereas most bands will use a click track and then add the drums and the bass and so on. We just...
Right, it's almost to the point where the musicians don't even have to be in the same room, you know, they just constantly are overdubbing tracks.
Well, through the years of recording, we found we didn't like it. We didn't gel well. When Mike's in one room and I'm in the other, we can't see each other, we can't see what's happening, so it works great when you're in a room. Again, it's a risky thing to do, but spontaneity is the best thing for the kind of music we do.
Wow. So where'd you meet the other guys in your band?
Steve Taylor, the lead vocalist, has been working with us for a couple of months now, and he is in another band in the Chicago area, Bootleg, and he's just very quickly just come right up to par, learned the material quickly, and he's fantastic, great personality. Tony Root's been on bass with us since the beginning. And Mike Wayne has been on drums with us from almost the beginning also.
Wow, well that's fantastic. I really appreciate you telling us a little about your band. We're going to break for